Hey, hey, see you in church. Hi, Emmanuel. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a little message, put the hand up high. I do it right away because I have the tendency to forget and I won't return. And let me know something you'd like me to talk about. Today I'm talking about, hey, black people, you're animals. Is it true? Well, that's what you're being portrayed now by the Republican propaganda machine, NRSC. Yep, they're showing you breaking everything down and everything. But the real storyline is this. They're claiming that our running for president is going to cut the police department's money. And my answer to that one is, why not? And you know why? Because when you get rid of all those murderers and all of those people who let them get away with it, that's going to be more than half of the police department gone. Yes, you're going to have to go through a lot of other police officers to come in and do their job. But by getting rid of all that garbage, the real police can do their job. They can be just like that small town in Florida and solve cases in 3 days. A 3-person murder. 3 people were murdered. No traces at all of who did it. Or maybe there was. I don't know. But these police officers actually did their job in a small town. Not in the big town. Oh no. You had a guy come in and shoot a lot of people in a gay bar. A lot of Americans killed in a gay bar. To this day, I don't even know if they caught the person. I don't live there. I live in Arizona. And I'll get to that in a minute. But none of the other cases are getting solved. They have a videotape of a man and his son killing a black man, a black American. The whole group of district attorneys quit because they didn't want to do their job, putting an ex-police officer, an ex-detective of their office, in jail, him and his son. There would have been 3 people trying to kill that poor black man, but he recorded and he was late. So he recorded as he got there. He was proud. He was just like the Ku Klux Klan, wanting to show off what they were doing. And it took more than a week to go get that person after they had videotapes and everything. The case was solved and they still dragged their feet. Like Florida. Florida was just like the Nazis. The Nazis killed Jews and they took that Star of David apart, made one pink, put it on the gays, made one black, put it on the lesbians. and secretly squeezed the gays and lesbians into that pack and killed them with the machines. You didn't hear about that, but that's really what happened. And here again, into a bar, which wasn't only gays there were straight people, because they were there with their friends, having a good old time, dancing and enjoying themselves. How dare they be happy? And here comes a piece of garbage Nazi shooting people left and right. For what reason? Because they wouldn't include him in their reindeer games? But in a small little town off the way, they solve the case. 3 days. 3 people murdered, and they only took 3 days to solve, put their persons in jail. Boyfriend, girlfriend, and a brother. One shoots everybody to death or beats them to death. The other one helps them. The other 2 help them get the bodies, go to throw them somewhere that they can't find them. And a little town police department does their job. A sheriff department, not like our in Arizona, Al Pile. He's just a pile of shit. He's a bigot, just like our president. He's a racist, just like our president. A Republican racist, just like our president. And just like McSally. She's there claiming, oh my goodness, she's claiming a pile of bull. If you pay attention to what her says and you put a Republican label on the end, you got it. It's just like my friend. Oh, the Democrat president running. She is connected to the Russians. And just like the bullshit a little dog does, I rubbed his nose in that one, because it was the President Trump who was connected to the Russians. Oh, he doesn't say one thing now, because he's full of shit. He don't know fuck, because they're following blindly. That's right. They're not finding out who's running for them. This person is saying all kinds of garbage, and they're saying he's telling the truth. He says women's places in the home pregnant, washing and cooking. And the women Republicans go throughout the whole thing telling the world that we can't handle the truth. Do you think you women are all your only thing you can do is clean dishes and cook and plop out children? Because that's what he said. You can go and look at those videos. They're still there on YouTube. The same thing when he told the police department that it was okay to kill minorities. It's there if you want to look. I'm not looking for you. Screw that shit. I've already seen it. And now that propaganda stuff is going around, and after police department after police department after police department after police department murders, and nobody's murdering police, they're murdering Americans. They're shooting them in the back. When they're going to work, they're shooting in the back because they fell asleep in line at Wendy's. They're putting their knees on their necks until they die. While the others will stand around and watch. They're pushing old men down. I hear he lived, thank the Lord. And he was probably just trying to get to the other side of all those hundreds of police that never checked on, was that person dead or alive? And now they have another commercial. They've been going after the Democrats like a vicious rabid dog. They go over and they say a whole bunch of lies. So all you have to do is turn it around and it's about themselves, because that's what it is true. Oh, first they said that the Democrats were moving businesses out of the country, but that was the Republicans. They got some money to give to the poor farmers. And instead, the president went and gave that money to his friends, and they grabbed their businesses and ran out of the country. That was a Republican president. And then she starts telling another lie. She has a fat woman, white of course. I got a blood infection. But see, those drugs aren't coming from here. They're right around the corner in Arizona where they make her blood thing. The problem is that she's not going to have any medical coverage because McSally just voted, yes, you don't have to pay for her required medicines, blood transfusion. She just signed that bill. That bill also covers the old white lady. I'm afraid I won't be able to get my pills because... No, you won't be able to get your pills because you're not going to be covered anymore for those pills. See, the reason China's pills come over here is that so that you can afford those pills. The Americans have to bring their prices down so that you can afford them. And don't buy that product over there from China. Because America, you have to jump through so many hoops to get that put out in the mainstream. And they're not going to do it for free, sweethearts. They're going to make it. They're going to squeeze your nuts and make you pay for it. And if you think different, sweetheart, get your head out of your ass because you're fooling nobody but yourself. And then they go and they find an Uncle Tom, and he's there. Jobs, jobs, jobs. Well, guess what? Only jobs that Trump has saved for you is the ones that the Mexicans would come over and do. And what were they doing? Cleaning floors. Scrubbing toilets. Washing windows. You become the movie The Help again. But see, nobody's going to listen to that Uncle Tom. So what did they do? I'm sure they went to Africa and they went and got someone with a fro. And they brought him over and said, look, or Jamaican. And they said, look, you go tell them all this stuff. We'll give you a visa. You come over and you tell these lies for us. And he did. Because the Mexicans aren't coming over. You put that stupid wall there. You're telling us that those people that were supposed to be watching that fence across there can't do their job. So why do we have them doing that? Same thing in Texas. Texas was going around with those white people, going and chasing them. And what did those white people chasing the Mexicans because they heard what the presidents do? They killed the security. They killed quite a few of the security that was supposed to be watching that fence. But that was under a Republican dome. Again, more murders through the Republicans. But they didn't murder Mexicans. They were murdering Americans. Again, murdering Americans. What the hell is that about? Why can't you white people get it in your heads? Those are Americans. I don't care if you're wearing blue or what color. You got to do other than your job. Your job was to protect Americans, and you're not doing it. And now they have a video showing riots in the road. And I finally put two and two together while I'm doing this video. You know why there's riots in there? It's because you got every piece of garbage out of the police department. Yep, the Democrats stay afraid that when we take over, we'll scoop out all that garbage out of the police department. Every single one of them. All the killers and murderers in the street. All the people that just turned the other cheek in the street. And only thing they have is half a police force to watch that. And since they're not having to watch it, they're the ones now destroying everything. And you got her all scared underneath the bed. Because the ex-police officers are destroying their town. The NRSC is trying to tell us something. They're always trying to tell us something. They put out those commercials about themselves. Well, this time, it still is. Without the Republicans there, the dirty cops are not going to be cops. They're going to turn into criminals. And they're going to destroy, just like they've been doing it with a badge. Except with the badge, they're just killing blacks. And they're just killing Hispanics. They're just killing Chinese. They're just killing everybody they can. And when they finally get to the rotation of that wheel and it ends up gays, they can kill whatever color, because gays are a rainbow of colors. We're Indians, we're Mexicans, we're Italians, we're French, we're white, we're everything. So they get a free-for-all during that time, and they just kill, 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 kill. And the bad thing is that the gays will help them do it. And you know how? They stay quiet. They put it in the background, because that Stonewall was a riot. The first Stonewall was a riot, and it was gays wanting to stay alive. So black people, do you want to stay alive? We've already seen the riots. Now all we need you to do is sign up and vote. I'm voting. Are you? Let me know by subscribing to my channel, leave a little message, put the hand up so that I'll know that you've come. And let me know something you'd like me to talk about other than this, because that's all I seem to do, is talk about this. And make Sally, who's doing everything she can to destroy Arizona. But remember, AA, see you in church.